Rust is rotten. She's rotten. More rot. Hello and welcome to this video. I'm Marcus Hayes and today you join me from the driver's seat of Winston, my girlfriend Kat's plastic Ford Fiesta. Kat is with me today as well and we've just dropped my dad off after spending the day at Santa Pod Raceway for the Ford show light, which you can see in my last video. This afternoon we're heading to Clump Fab to see Chris Kember, who has been working on Maude, my Maude Mk2 Escort, for the past week. And yeah, she should be ready to pick up this evening. So I'm excited to see all the work that Chris has done. He's been keeping me updated and you guys would have seen that on my social media. Before we head to Clump Fab, me and Kat need to get some grub and I think we're gonna grab a Subway. Second Subway we've tried so far. It's inside a garage, so hopefully it'll be open. Nope, that Subway's shut as well. But we're gonna have to get a McDonald's. The only thing that's open all the time. McDonald's doing chicken wraps again. So here we are back at Clump Fab with the genius that is Chris Kember. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Not bad, yourself?
Yeah, good, man, good. Chris has been busy on this car for a week now. But as you can see, the front end is pretty much there. He's left one of the wings off so we can see what's going on behind. And Chris has very kindly made the wings bolt on, which I'm really, really happy about. Last time we saw the car in a video, it was basically all cut off, all the wing rails were cut off. And we basically figured out that these splash guards were gonna need to be replaced. Massive shout to Escort Tech for sending the splash guards quickly. I really appreciate that. Those of you who follow me on social media would have seen the update pics that Chris kindly sent to me. Appreciate that as well. And yeah, basically this splash guard has been replaced. I know Chris has had to do a lot of work underneath this wing rail.
All that top bit has been repaired.
Yeah.
The bottom has obviously been repaired. Yeah, your pin has been repaired up to here. Yeah. All the lips were repaired as well.
Yeah, so yeah, there was a lot of work that went in before he could even weld on the splash guard. And I thought that I'd bought a couple of fillet panels, but they weren't, were they?
Actually, this bit.
They were just a repair section for the... So yeah, underneath all this is a lot of work before he can even weld the rails on. But yeah, it is looking good. Around this side, got the wing bolted on. And yeah, it was pretty much the same story this side, wasn't it, Chris? The splash guard.
The only thing I didn't have to repair was the aim post.
Right, okay.
Just had to put the lip, a new lip on it. That was
Yeah. So yeah, this side's had a splash guard as well. And yeah, the same sort of thing with the wing rails. All right, so where we're at now, we're gonna start bolting everything back onto the front end, the lights and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll crack on with that. Just thought about something else.
What's that?
This slam panel needs cutting out for the rad. South Africa. Straight and I would have done it. There's a little bit of welding to do inside the car, you saying?
Is if you weld just that panel and you do have to cut that floor out in the future, you'll ruin the good panel on the outside. That makes sense.
No, it definitely makes sense, man. Alright, I think I'm going to have a look at this wiring, because that's the thing that's worrying me. Fan wiring. Right, so after a little bit of grief with the wiring, it takes ages to feed through there. The fuel pump and the nodes weren't coming on, but then I realised that was an earth strap over there where Chris has been welding. I forgot to screw that back on. And I've just started the engine and it runs. So it looks like I should be able to at least get her home. Got a few little bodges going on with the headlights and stuff. Chris is just putting some water in the rad. Didn't bring any coolant with me. All right, so Chris has put a little patch on the floor down there. Now this floor was welded by me. It's just been patched up really badly, and it's definitely something that I need to readdress at some point in the future. But Chris has done it in such a way that when it comes to do the floor pans, it means we haven't got to destroy any of the splash guard that he's fitted. The next thing I can't seem to get to work is the fan, but I'm gonna drive it home without a fan. Should be all right, it's mostly motorway driving. So I suppose the next thing to do is to stick the wing on.
Chuck it on like that and then put the bolts in.
Cool. God, that looks easy.
The holes are slightly bigger, so you do have a slight bit of wiggle room just to make your gaps nicer, but I drilled them pretty much bang on as anyway. So.
Yeah, no, that's right. It's always good to have a little bit of adjustment, isn't it? Yeah, no, I'm really, really, really happy that I now have bolt-on wings. Should have done that with a Mark 1, but a bit late now. It's going to go in the back.
Pink gun. I needed one and it was £100 cheaper to buy a pink one.
Don't lie. We're all friends here. I won't judge you for having a pink gun. It saved you 100 quid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have bought the pink one as well then.
So literally, these bolts here.
Yeah.
3 up there, I've only got 2 in at the moment because there's 2 new and then 1 original. Yeah. And then 2 in here.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, that's sweet, man.
So much easier to sort of maintain like that.
Yeah. That's cool. Slap that on like that.
Can't fit the gun in these two, unfortunately.
Nah. Oh, it's probably better if I don't do things like that with a gun anyway.
Just quickly get them down and then finish them with hands.
Yeah.
It's really nice at the front.
Yeah.
I mean, I did have to do a lot of work trying to get the front panel to fit right. So
yeah.
Probably helped it.
On with the bumper. Right, so Maude is just about ready for me to drive home. I know Chris has been here already later than planned, so I'm going to get out of his way. But yeah, really happy to have a new front end on Maude. Got rid of a lot of rust. Obviously, the job grew, but that's how it goes sometimes. Really happy that I've now got bolt-on wings, and I think I'm probably going to get a fiberglass set just for drag racing. But yeah, really happy. Are you happy?
I'm as happy as I can be.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for the work you've put in. I really, really appreciate it. I know you've spent some serious hours on this old banger. As I keep banging on about, if you need any work done involving rust repair, restoration, fabrication, also Chris takes on jobs with engines, head skims, block decking, relapping valves, all of that. If you need any work like that done, definitely get in touch with Chris. I'll leave a link to the Clump Fab Facebook page in the description. If all my followers could please go on there and give him a like and a follow, I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, get in touch with Chris if you need any work done. I'm hoping to come back down and do a video on your 100E at some point. I'm sure you want to make a bit more progress on it before then. But yeah, can't wait for that. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to get out your way.
Right, okay, something easy, Justin.
Screwdriver in there. Yeah, yeah. Whee! And now I can get out your way. Thanks again, man.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll be in touch anyway. I'll chat to you soon. Into a new day, and with Maude out in the sunshine, we can get a better look at her new front end. Now, I've still got a lot of seam sealing to do, and obviously I've got to do the paint work, and I've got a little bit of grinding to do on these RS top plates. I said to Chris, if you run out of time and you haven't got time to fit these, I can do them myself because they're really easy to do. But yeah, he's welded them in for me. I just need to do the grinding and the painting. A couple of things I noticed when I was picking the car up. The fan isn't working. I need to rewire it up with a new relay. That was always a bit dodgy anyway. And I need to do something about these headlights. The hardware is all messed up and I'm not able to adjust the headlights properly, and we just cable tied them in just to get me home. But yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon with the work that Chris has done for me. I'm so glad I found someone so talented and someone I can trust to do welding bits. I know I've said it already, but really happy that I've now got bolt-on wings, and that means that I'll be able to remove the wing to do any painting that I want to do behind there, just to hold the rust back in future. I'm probably going to paint in there where the rad is gloss black, and I'll probably lacquer it as well just to give it extra protection from rust in the future. And I'll probably do the engine bay satin black again, and the outside eventually will probably be painted matte blue. Now I've got to get to work soon, but before I go I'm going to have a look at these headlights. Alright, so first problem I need to deal with is this piece. Now this piece of plastic should be stuck to there like these ones, but it's come away. So if I'm going to be able to save this headlight bowl, I need to cobble something together with nuts and bolts, so I'm going to have a go at that first. Now, annoyingly I don't have any pliers here, but luckily I've got these wire cutter things. Alright, I reckon that might work. Might be a little bit more hassle to adjust unless I can get that nut to be stuck to the back of this, but yeah, I reckon that'll work. The other problem I've got with this is that the captive nut that's sort of stuck in there, I think it's a nut with teeth on it, well, it's missing. With this one you can sort of hook it onto that one and then just do the adjustment here, so that will probably survive as it is. Now what I'm going to try and do is actually araldite a nut in there. I'll probably have to melt it with a lighter to actually get it in there. In fact, I might just be able to melt it in there, and then I'll be able to just use another one of these bolts for this bit. Going to strengthen it a bit with some araldite, and I'm also going to try and araldite this nut to the casing. Hopefully I'll now be able to unscrew this without it ripping that nut off. Now I can see that it's moved a bit, but I'm going to put another coat of araldite on it, and then I'll just leave that all day to set up properly. Just hold it upside down while it dries, because I want to keep as much volume on the nut as I can. And now that it's starting to drip this way, I'll turn it back up that way. And I'm using the 5-minute araldite, the one that sets really quickly. Into another new day, and I've been really busy, so I've only been able to spend half an hour here and there before and after work. Yesterday after work I managed to get the fan working. Basically one of the earths wasn't connected, so now that's done, the fan works. I'll put the ignition on, pull this out slightly, bridge the two connections. You can hear that the fan is spinning. On a more negative note, one of the araldite bodges that I did to this headlight bowl did fail. Basically I screwed this bowl back to the front panel, and then when I tried to screw the light into it, one of the blobs of araldite failed, and basically the nut that I had stuck in there came away. So I've redone that bodge similar to how I did the other one by putting the nut on the back. And what I did is I clamped it together with a bolt, and I heated up the nut, and then when I clamped it together it actually sunk the nut into the plastic slightly, and then I added a load of araldite. The problem now is that this corner of the headlight bowl doesn't sit flush, and that's because there's no hole there to give it clearance like there is with these ones, because obviously the original design means there isn't anything poking out the back. Now I did have to enlarge this hole for the other bodge to fit in, but I did grind away some of the araldite to give it a bit more clearance. So what I'm going to do now is grind away some more of this araldite and then drill a hole here. Still a nice big blob there, so it should still be nice and secure. Put this back on here. I can then mark where I'm going to drill the hole. I reckon that'll do. I'm not sure if it's sitting perfectly flush, but it's a lot better than it was. I'm going to drill this out a little bit, give me a bit more play. That seems to have worked. I'll just check if I'm able to undo this Allen key bolt without the nut coming unstuck from the back of the bolt. But yeah, that seems to be unwinding okay, so screw that back in. And then to adjust the height of the headlight, you just wind this in and out. And then once I've got it to where I want it, I can just do this nut up this way to lock it in position. Now I will change these for some screwdriver bolts, similar to the originals. Now I'll get some of them from Toolstation, same thread as this, but with a screwdriver bit on the head. Now obviously what I should have done was just ordered a new headlight bowl, but just trying to save a few quid, and then I can spend that money on more interesting parts. I have ordered some seam sealer. I'm going to redo the seam sealer around here and along there, and I'm not sure whether you're supposed to seam seal these joints in here, and then yeah, basically everything's going to get painted. I probably won't worry about painting the wings for now. I think this etch primer that the repair panels come in is quite tough, so that should hold the rust back until I do get the car painted. But yeah, I'll definitely be painting inside here, and I'll probably throw something on the front panel just to give it a bit more protection. This matte black paint that Chris has put on here is an etch primer, so in theory, after a little bit of a degrease, I should be able to go straight over that with some satin black. I was going to do it gloss black in there, but I actually found some satin black in my garage, so I'm just going to do it satin black, and then all the areas in there I'm going to lacquer as well, just to give it another layer of protection. Alright, so I'm on the iPhone because my SD card filled up, and that's 2 full SD cards I've got now because I'm actually trying to edit 3 videos at the moment. Yeah, really busy, but I'm not complaining. I absolutely love it. Massive thanks again to Chris KEMBER at Clump Fab for doing such an epic job on Maude's facelift. I really appreciate it. If any of you guys are in the market for any rust repair, restoration or fabrication, definitely give Chris a shout. I'll leave his contact details and a link to his Facebook page in the description of this video. Other than that, I'm going to end this video here. If you did think it was any good, please do give it a thumbs up and a share. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Click subscribe if you're new and you want to keep up to date with all my future uploads, and check the links in the description to my social media and my email address. But other than that, until next time, thanks for watching.